What's up guys, theBolderBoulder here, and if you've been following me on my Facebook and Blogspot pages and saw my latest post here on YouTube, you would have seen that I've recently hit over 300 subscribers here on YouTube. So I just want to take this moment to thank you guys so much for watching all my videos and subscribing, hitting the like button, adding the favorites, all that great stuff. So, to celebrate, I've created a two-part series for my 300 subscribers special. So, for part one, I have a Bionicle / Hero Factory MOC, and I will have another one for part two. And this guy's name is Izok. So yes, you heard me right, Bionicle / Hero Factory MOC. I intentionally incorporated both lines into a single MOC. And I think this guy turned out pretty cool. So, I'll start off by giving you guys a 360 view. And actually I don't have much of a backstory for this guy. In fact, it was more of an experiment than anything to see what I could do to mix both Hero Factory and Bionicle line parts into one figure. And the way I imagined it was half Bionicle, half Hero Factory, and, well, it worked out. So, I hope you guys like the look of this MOC. It took me a while to get the designs down and to get all the stuff filled in and everything, but I really enjoyed making this guy. And like I said earlier, I do have another one, but that will be in part two. So, since I don't really have much of a backstory for either of these MOCs, I'm just going to go into detail about all the details. So I will start off by looking at the legs and the pieces I used for those. So I used extra long bone pieces for the legs, for the upper leg and lower leg, because they had to be long enough to be the same size as these Bionicle pieces. So they're practically the same length, and when I tried it out, these feet worked the best with keeping the same size as the Hero Factory legs for the Bionicle ones, so that worked out. I really like how this thing worked out. So now I'll show you guys the back and how I gave him more extremities, which I basically connected a Hero Factory torso, as you may be able to tell. I'll just remove this back piece, and I connected it using some pins. I'll just show you. Using 2 pins and connect right to his back. And I put these parts on here to cover up and give him a cooler look. And from the side, these pieces covered up pretty well. So put this back on here. And these help with covering up any gaps that may look, that you may be able to see at different angles. And the spikes, I think those are a pretty cool addition that I made to these. Those are actually a later addition I made to the MOCs. So now let's continue with the Hero Factory side for now. Let's look at the arm. Nothing too complex with these. Of course, I still use the extra long bone pieces to equal the length of these Bionicle parts. And I just used these basic armor pieces, but they seem to do the job by covering up gaps and anything like that. And back here on the head, the neck, I used these armor pieces to cover up this ball joint and give him some more bulk and armor around his neck. Suppose it could be for protection or something. So now let's look at the Bionicle side. This is the blaster on the Bionicle side, and it's a Thornax launcher. And it has a laser sighting system, I suppose that could be. And then the Hero Factory side blaster just uses bone pieces and white armor. And this is a Hero Factory V4 blaster, or it came out during the Breakout series anyway. And it's got green, and I got a green filled tube connecting to his back. And I got little horns back here to add texture and detail. So back to the Bionicle side. This actually took me a while to do, to be able to figure out how to get this piece on here, because I know it's a really large piece of armor, and of course it's inspiration from Hero Factory, putting it on the side like this. So I wanted to find a way to do that, and I really didn't have that many upper arm pieces that actually had connectors that go through here, so I had to improvise, and surprisingly enough, found an easy way to do so. I just took a few of these pieces and used this 3 long part and connect this right on here. And then you connect it to these blue pieces. I put this little piece right here to keep it at keep this piece at an angle so it would stay in place. And I added this little ball socket right here to add a little bulk and cover it up. And this piece also there to cover up and make it look more complete. And then I used Malum's big claw and added some other Technic parts to that. And I also have this Hero Factory flame piece on this side. So, and on the Hero Factory side I got this blade and Strax axe. And then of course I got Strax head and the neck piece as well. And on the Bionicle leg part, nothing too complex about its design either. This big silver piece was connected by using one of these and these 3 long connector pieces. Push that on there, lock that into place, and there you go. Big armor. I wanted to try to keep it somewhat equal in bulkiness on both sides, and I think it turned out pretty well. The Bionicle side seems a little bit bulkier, but I'm fine with that. This was purposely made asymmetrical anyway, and that was the whole purpose of making this MOC, actually, to see what it would be like to have Bionicle and Hero Factory pieces put onto the same guy and half Hero Factory, half Bionicle. And one more thing, if you may not be able to tell, I connected this villain core, I suppose it's called, connected it to this armor by using these small blue pieces and connected it to these little pegs that are on these newer Hero Factory parts, and connect them right there like so, and that works out. And then I got this for adding bulk to the legs. So I suppose that is it for this MOC. Izok, half Hero Factory, half Bionicle. So I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing and clicking the like button, all that wonderful stuff. I'm very appreciative of it, and I really hope you guys like this MOC. And part 2 of my 300 subscriber special will be coming out very soon. And I will let you guys know on my Facebook and Blogspot pages whenever I do that. And be sure to check it out and be on the lookout for it. So please feel free to put your comments about this style of mocking, I suppose I could call it, down in the comment section below. I really value you guys' opinions, and you can feel free to leave suggestions for any kinds of MOCs. I'm open to suggestions as well. In fact, that's how a few of my designs and MOCs that I've created had come about, because of you guys' suggestions. So that's it, my friends. I will see you guys again in part 2. Have a great day. Bye.